Our 28 method is a variation that can be applied to almost any exercise. This is a take on a normal 21 method. So if you've done any workouts that involve a 21 method or watched our demonstration video or explanation on 21s or reverse 21s, you may already be familiar with part of this. However, we're going to go over this in its entirety if you have not done our 21s before. So, a 28 method is breaking our exercise up into 4 sets of 7 where we are manipulating the range of motion. So, range of motion is how far your arms or your legs or whatever's moving in that exercise is traveling throughout that movement. So for this one, we're manipulating that. We're breaking it up and changing it a little bit. So for our 28 method, what we're going to do, and I'm going to demonstrate it on bicep curls since this is the most common exercise that has made this method and our 21 method famous. We're going to start with full range of motion. So just think normal bicep curls. Curling all the way up, controlling all the way down. So we're going to do 7 reps here because our 28 method, just like our 21 method, is broken up into sets of 7. So we're going to do 7 full range of motion. After we're done with that 7 full range of motion, we're going to go into 7 bottom half of that exercise. So starting at the bottom, coming up just halfway. We're going to do 7 reps in just that bottom half of that movement. Once we're done there, we're going to come all the way up to the top half, and we're going to do 7 reps in the top half of that movement. After we're done with that 7, we're going to move to our last 7, which again is going back to 7 full range of motion. So you're going to be starting and ending with 7 full range of motion. So a 21 or a 28 method is simply adding an extra 7 reps full range of motion to the beginning of a 21 method. Everything else is going to be the same. So a normal 21 method is we're starting with the bottom half for 7, then the top half for 7, and then full range of motion for 7. This one simply is adding in an extra 7 reps, full range of motion at the beginning. So like I said, this was made famous, this method, with bicep curls. However, you can do this pretty much with any exercise. All you're doing is manipulating how far you're traveling through that movement. So for instance, for squats, get in your normal squat position. You have 7 full range of motion. Then we have 7 going down halfway. Then we have 7 at the bottom. And then we're going 7 full range of motion again to finish us off. You can do this with tricep kickbacks. 7 full range of motion, 7 on the bottom half, 7 on the top half, and then 7 full range of motion again. You can do this with chest presses. You can do this with bent over rows. You can do this with pretty much, like I said, any exercise. All you're going to want to do is go through that movement a couple times, get used to that full range of motion, and then break it up into those sets of 7 where you're going just halfway through that movement for that bottom half and that top half, and then full range of motion through the other portions of this exercise. Try to get through it, all 28 or 21s, whatever you're doing, whatever variation you're doing, try to get through it all in a row with as little rest as possible. This variation is going to add extra difficulty to those moves.